You are doing pretty great, and this moment you are basically implementing your admin panel, your dashboard, when you can at this moment list the elements that you have in your skills. And well, we are going to do during this class the same but for the projects according to them. So once again, we are having an error here saying that the index method in the project controller is not implemented. And yeah, that is exactly what we are going to do right now. So let's start. We need to go to our project once again, but this time we need to go to, of course, project controller. And we are going to do essentially the same as we did for the skill controller, but of course, adapting it to projects. So first, we are going to render not skills, but projects. And of course, we are going to send here the list of projects coming from the project model. Then again, we need to import the definition of project coming from app models project, and the same for the definition of inertia. There we have both of them. So at this point, we are sending all of this information of projects through an attribute projects and to the view called all inside the projects folder. So we already know that we don't have this view yet, but let's to create it using as a base the one that we created on the previous class. So we need to go to our pages here and duplicate the skills folder, call it projects. And inside you can see, of course, how we have now the all that view. So we have essentially the same. This time this is going to be projects. We are not going to copy and paste this time. We are going to take the time to modify all of this and get conscience of all of that. So here we are going to change, hey, if the project's length that we are receiving is greater than 0, so yeah, we are going to show not the name, not the color or the actions. We are going to show the properties related with the project. Probably the color and the actions yet, but remember we have title, description, and the icon itself. So let's verify all of that. We have here title, then we are going to have the description, and after the color we are going to have the icon. Perfect. Of course, we are going to have the list of actions, which is going to be edit and remove. And here we are going to loop over the list of projects, and we are going to call this project. But remember, once again, as we need to resolve the actual icon, and we know that for this, we need the index to go and locate it inside the list of projects, we need to use here a parenthesis and say that we need projects and the index itself. Of course, all of that coming from the projects list. So here we are going to show not skill. Again, this is gonna be, let's replace all what says skilled with project. And in this case, we are going to have the title. Then we are going to have the description. Then we have the color. We are going to show that very similarly. And then we are going to have the icon. So let's copy this one. And here we are going to resolve the icon. How we did it? Exactly in the same way as we did in our welcome view. So let's go there. We need here our welcome view. And remember, in the case of projects that we have exactly here, we are resolving the name of the icon, or basically the component for the icon, using the is and the component name function. So let's put it here. Here it is. But additionally, we are going to use the same color of the project for the icon as well. So here we are going to have an additional class. Notice the column here, so it is computed, and we are going to use the actual project color. So this is going to define the color of the component that we have here inside. So that means that we need this specific method and some other things. The edit and the delete buttons are exactly the same. And here we are going to say there are not projects. Let's create one in the case that we have that action in the future classes. So essentially here we have the app layout exactly the same. We have the jet button, but this time we don't have skills. We have projects, which is of course an object. But remember, additionally, we are going to have the method for the component name. So let's copy that from the welcome. Let's go to the bottom. We have exactly the same functionality. So let's copy this from here. And so we have methods, which remember is essentially an object containing inside the set of methods that we have. In this case, is only one. So that means that we need to import the definition of define assign component, and this is gonna be from hero icons view solid using the name icon icon.js that we have here using that specific index. So let's go to import the definition of define assign component. Essentially, you can copy that if you prefer. So let's to take it from here and let's to paste it exactly here. Of course, this time we only need the define assign component, so we can remove this part, and that is essentially all. Let's see how it goes. So let's to open our command prompt or our console. In fact, let's to refresh. No errors yet. Let's go to projects, and here it is. We have the corresponding project, the corresponding color, and the corresponding icon. But it looks like it is using always the same color. Let's verify. Here, we have to inspect, and actually, we can see a set of errors here saying, hey, the property color was accessed during the render, but it is not defined on the instance. So let's go back because yes, we need to specify the color property here. So if we go once again, where we are using our project, we need to say here project.color. That is essentially the problem here. That is what the error was saying. So let's go back, let's refresh. And here it is, finally, a little typo that we had, but you can see how we have text blue, text blue, text red, text indigo, and here it is, of course, the title, the description, and the color. Now, we have an empty space here because here is supposed to be, let's say, the element with the color of the project, but it is a little weird because, well, it looks like we are just establishing here not the background color, we are establishing the text color. So this is going to be applied to an element that actually does not exist. So what we're going to do is to apply that to the actual text that we have to make this to look a little better. So let's to put basically of the span, and this is going to have the actual color of the project. That's essentially also, if we go back here and refresh, here it is. The component is using the actual color that we have for both the text and essentially the icon that we have for that specific project. That's everything. At this point, you are showing the list of skills, the list of projects, and now during the following classes, we are going to be allowing to create projects, to create skills, to edit and delete them. So see you in that following ones.